Hey, welcome back to Bets on Sports. It's Bets on K. This is our 2026 Fantasy Football Top 12 QBs. QBs you need to have on your list. QBs you want to draft in the first through 5 rounds, preferably third or fourth round. But we got some hot QBs out here that can change your league, that can be MVP and can turn a game week to week, matchup to matchup. So let's get into it. There's one QB quarterback on a tier by himself this year. I stacked the 6-man tier right behind him. And then a QB4 who might go risky QB1 pick in fantasy. I don't know. You might want to stay away from him. Let's rank all top 12 QBs exactly and see where the drop-offs are from last year to this year. All right. So I'm going to explain to you the tier system, everything in this video. So stay tuned. Take notes, get your list out, start making your mock draft, because here we go. All right, Josh Allen, big dog. He was my number one QB pick in my ESPN league, 10-man league last year. Number one QB on the board this year. Top 3 fantasy QB past 6 seasons. The man is a dog. He's a running threat. He's a passing threat. With not a lot of weapons with the Buffalo Bills and a lot of last minute comebacks, crunch time victory. He doesn't get taken out the game a lot. He's playing comeback ball in the fourth quarter where he needs to put on a show. So he's going to rack up those points. So Josh Allen is going to be my number one QB, tier 1 guy. I mean, he is the man with the plan up there in Buffalo. All right. So next, here going our tier 2 ones. We got a couple of tier 2 quarterbacks that make your list. I would not pick any of these before the 4th round. That's my gauge. Josh Allen, I will get him first to third. Whenever you can get him, I'll go ahead and get that dog. But these tier 2 ones you might want to hold off on. So in order, Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, coming off an injury season, but got some couple of weapons up there in Baltimore this year. So he should be a good tier 2 dual threat. Jaden Daniels, another dual threat with the Commanders, coming off an injury as well. But he's going to bounce back and have a great year. Jalen Hurts, great dual QB, not as running threat as the first 2, but good run, good speed, and get in the pocket. Of course, the tush push is always a lethal weapon down in the red zone. Drake May, Super Bowl MVP runner-up, great season last year. Got some new weapons with A.J. Brown, Romeo Doubs. Expect him to make some noise in that tier 2 spot. Of course, Caleb Williams, Madden cover, year 3 breakout candidate, possibly MVP this year. Bears made the playoffs to see if they can continue to grow in this year. And of course, Joe Burrow. If he can put on a healthy season, he's an MVP candidate, but I don't think he's going to stay healthy. Might should have bumped him down to tier 3 this year, but I still got hope that, one of these seasons he's going to pull out a great season, stay healthy all 16 games. Had a pretty good healthy season last year, so let's hope the trend continues. All right, so now tier 3 is more for the pocket passers. They don't get a lot of points from running, but they can scramble from time to time, pick up a first down, but they're more known for their sitting there in the pocket and delivering those deep bombs and little dink and drops. Of course, we got Justin Herbert for the Chargers, averaged about 19 fantasy points. He does run a little bit more than some of the other ones. Trevor Lawrence, lost Travis Etienne, but still has a great receiver core down there. And hopefully Travis Hunter can come back and play some offense for them this year. Dak Prescott, he's my QB for my ESPN 14-team league last year. Solid QB. Always be able to pick him up in late rounds, and he always produces if he can stay healthy. He has a problem with getting hurt at least once a year, 1 or 2 games, but he always puts up, 3,000, 4,000 yards with Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Lamb on the outside, he's got weapons. He's got a, offense that likes to pass the ball around, don't run much. So Dak Prescott could be a tier 2, but he doesn't run so much. So I keep the points down on that respect, but he's a great tier 3 QB. And then rounding out this tier, we got Brock Purdy with the 49ers. Efficient, stays healthy, and it has a new weapon with Mike Evans this year. Look for him to go crazy with some hopefully more deeper passes. And our tier 4, we got some of the more high-risk ones. Pick them up late round. Some of these players are coming off of injuries, but Patrick Mahomes, QB, MVP, Super Bowls, rings, Holmgren out there with him. Great offensive coordinators coming off the ACL, but he doesn't run as much as he did in his first 2 seasons. So we don't have to worry about that being his main weapon. He's a great, accurate passer, gets the ball out fast, those Houdini accurate, crazy arm angles he does. So he's going to be a beast out here. So I don't have to worry about him either. I believe he's going to bounce back, have a great year this year. And then Kyler Murray up with the Vikings, possible QB2, and then his own team right now. Possibly pick him up as a backup QB in your league. He's going to be battling out with JJ McCartney up in Minnesota. So if he can be the number 1 receiver, we can get him. If you got some late drafts, if you can get him late round after the starter's been announced, go ahead, or you want to take a risk on him and hopefully he may, beat out or get in later on in the season. This might be a risk to pick Kyler Murray up. All right. So the big picture takeaway, position is a lot deeper than it has been. Even tier 4, got Patrick Mahomes in a tier 4. It's crazy this year. But just be mindful that defenses are catching on to a lot of these new schemes. Points could be down early in the season. Wide receivers are getting hurt. Running backs are getting hurt a lot more and more. So make sure that you don't pick your QB too early. Make sure you have some good depth at the skill positions before you go out and grab a QB. And just to recap, tier 1, Josh Allen. Tier 2, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Joe Burrow, all in tier 2. Tier 3, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy. Tier 3, and then rounding out the tier 4, Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray. I can't believe I got Patrick Mahomes out of tier 4. That's crazy. But, it is what it is. Injuries can cause a player to regress back and not be as good. He's getting up there in age a little bit. Been playing in the playoffs and Super Bowls, been playing a lot more games than the average player. So that wear and tear can affect your body. All right. So that's it. That's the day 12. We got, some of the top 12 QBs, broke them down into four tiers, and that's bet some picks. It's a way to get your fantasy up and rolling. Go ahead and start taking notes. Develop your draft plan early. We're bringing this out early in August, and then so by end of August, end of training camp, going in the 1st of September, when most of the people have their draft around Labor Day, going in their first game, you can be ready, locked and loaded, and win some money on this season. All right. As always, bet some sports.